Hello, this is my Building Fluency Part 3 project. Um, Today I'm going to be conducting language samples in my two languages. First, it's going to be in spoken English and then American Sign Language. Um, the topic I'm going to be focusing on regarding my current fluency level is my mastery in kind of grammar slash vocabulary in both languages. Um, this term specifically, I am in intro to linguistics, and it's really broken down everything I've thought I've known regarding the English language into smaller components, more detailed components in its structure and use. So um, it it was kind of humbling because I thought I knew more than than I actually did regarding the English language. Um, but one thing that really stuck out to me was seeing the parallels between ASL and English because in my linguistics class we were focusing on the English language and how there are words in existence that have two different meanings. They could sound exactly the same, but depending on their context and use, mean totally different things, despite their auditory similarities. So, one example that quickly comes to mind is the number one, or number one, and the verb won, W-O-N. So, in quick pronunciation, they can sound very similar. And if you're learning the English language for the first time, it could be very difficult to kind of um, pick up on the slight intonations and slight vocal changes in those like in producing those words. So it can kind of get confusing if you're not fully paying attention or not fully mastered in that language. So um, I thought that was pretty interesting. And when I was learning that in that class, I kind of got to thinking in sign language and how in sign language it's not spoken, but the same concept of those of that specific what's the word I'm looking for? English. Mm, I'm having a hard time phrasing that. That's crazy. Um, just in that particular area within the English language. So in sign language, two words that look very similar that I personally had some trouble with were kind or type, and then be careful or careful. Kind, careful. Very similar. They use the same hand shapes. The only difference is in their parameters are their movements. So full circle for kind and type, tap for careful. And I just remember the subtle differences, especially when trying to quickly retrieve the signs from my memory. I would produce them wrong. And I noticed that with my mentor too, if I was in a long sort of conversation and I was trying to quickly, my mind was kind of working faster than my hands, I would make those slight, subtle mistakes in my sign production. So that is my main area of focus and kind of seeing the parallels between the languages and how, although they're different, they still function and have similar rules in their execution. And I thought that was really, really cool. Um, and I'm actually taking American Sign Language Linguistics next term, and I'm actually quite excited for that. Um, but that completes my first language sample in spoken English, so now I'm going to do my second language sample in American Sign Language. Um, okay. that is my Building Fluency Part 3 project. Thank you so much.